Well, how you doing? Welcome back to the Black Pepper Maniac Shooters channel. Let's talk about the festival going on this weekend. It's hot in here. Let's go outside and talk about it. You've got to watch out for them engines, you know. They could be lurking here anywhere. Ugh. Old bones are kind of creaky anymore. Well, welcome back. This is the 48th annual Simon Kenton Festival in Old Washington, Kentucky. It's a festival where we honor the famous frontiersmen who lived in this area in the 1770s and 1780s. So let's just kick back and enjoy, and I'll show you the highlights of the weekend's festival. I believe it's always really neat when the children get involved. And the cool thing is this past weekend, several children were dressed up in period correct, showing other children how the games worked from back in the day. As I come around town here, I happen to go by the old church museum, and believe it or not, old Dan Boon stopped by. He was talking about his days of being at Fort Boonesboro and being captured by the Shawnee, escaping, and all kinds of other cool adventures. I gotta stop by and listen a little bit to him.
Standing in the dark with Janie's blood on his knife while my son begged for his life and cried for his mom. It's the native way to disgrace the bodies. As a warning to anyone else thinking they might settle down on land they think theirs, so they shot the bodies all full of arrows.
Couldn't wait to get up to the canebrake here to check out Jim Warner and his Indian dance. He focuses on tribes from Colorado and the Utah area of this great country we live in.
Yes, sir.
My name is Jim Warner. I'm from Colorado and Utah, where I started dancing at as a child.
Amazingly, once old Dan Boon quit talking, his daughter Jemima showed up a little while later and telling us about her excursions of being around old Fort Boonesboro in the 1770s. All I can say is this was one tough girl.
The walls, lounging around, playing, not a gun in sight. She decided she was going to do something about that. So she rounded up my older sister Susanna and me and some of the other wives.
Always cool when old friends stop by, and Simon Kenton is no different. He even stopped by this weekend to reminisce about the good old days of being in the Kentucky lands in the 1770s.
I'm gonna get you. Sure enough, I come out there to their farm. Willie's off in a corner somewhere. I walk up to him, tap him on the shoulder, and say, "Howdy!" Boom! I popped him one right in the jaw, and it was on. Oh, we were fighting, we were tussling good. The only problem was Willie was going to get the best of me again. He had me down on the ground, down on my back. He's punching and punching and punching. I reached out and I grabbed this little twig or branch, something. I just grabbed a hold of whatever I could and whacked him in the head. He fell off me. Didn't move. I'm going, oh Lordy, I killed him. And now what am I going to do? I took off running. I didn't stop to tell Mom and Pa what had happened or what was going on. I just kept running until I couldn't go no further. I made it all the way to Ashby Gap. It's 18 miles from our cabin.
Oh yes, the canebrake. This is what attracted Simon Kenton to this area back in the day. Let's take a break from his story and show you some of the other activities that was going on this weekend.
Yeah, I'd like to go out and rolling. So go ahead and hook your fingers around the string. That's a good start. Very good. Pop off your finger, okay? Pop off the end of your fingers. Good. Get these fat arrows out of the way. Yep. Just the ends. Tilt the bow. Boom.
Woohoo!
I can smell these hoe cakes being baked for miles around. It pulls me right to this cabin, kind of like this one here. And as soon as the woman who lives there can see me, she shuts me out, won't let me come in. So I keep on going, walking a little bit further and a little bit further, day, two. Oh man, by now I am starving. So I come up with a plan.
We even had a display set up talking about some fellers named Lewis and Clark. I don't know who they are, but I hear somewhere down the road in the future, like early 1800s, they took a trip out to the northwest up the Missouri River. Well, anyway, if they got sick or got their fingers cut or something, here are some of the tools that they carry to use.
So use a strainer, strain it, and there's your tea. I couldn't think of the word.
Oh my gosh.
And have you ever had congestion, like a stuffy nose?
Oh, yeah.
For that they use gum camphor. You can feel free to smell some of
I
this
was going
if
to
you
say.
like.
Yep. My sinuses are stopped up, but I can smell that. That's that is cool.
Smells good.
You like peppermint patty? You like it?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Really grand. I had one family give me a shirt to replace the bloody one that I hit Willie Leachman with, and gave me a hat so I could keep myself protected from the sun while I was walking. What the gauntlet is, but down at the council house there in their place, they'll line the whole village up in 2 rows and arm them with sticks or clubs, tomahawks, branches of trees, whatever they can get a good whack at you with when you run by and knock the snot out of you. Now, you get all those people from the village, you got about a quarter mile to run before you get into the council house. And if you don't get all the way there, but you can still walk, they're going to make you go back to the beginning and try it again. They made me run that gauntlet 9 times. Now, about the 6th time, I think it was, I decided I was going to make a break for it. I lined myself up with this old Indian woman, and I took off right at her, busted through the line, and I took off running for the woods. And I would have made it, too. That old Chief Blue Jacket not come running up and riding off after me, bopping me in the head with the handle of his tomahawk, punched a hole in my skull. Well, they let me rest up from that, get better. It took a couple of months to do that. And then they made me run the gauntlet 3 more times.
That's a wrap. Thank you for stopping by to check out the 48th annual Simon Kenton Festival in Old Washington, Kentucky. We'll be looking forward to the 49th one 12 months from now. Thanks for watching. Remember, Jesus does love you, and we'll catch you next week on another Maniac Adventure. Oh, yeah.